Greetings, fellow hunters, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of a new series playing Zero Sievert. If you would like to skip the game's tutorial, please use YouTube chapters, and more information about this series can be found in the description of this video. Zero Sievert is a single-player loot extraction shooter with a top-down perspective, where you fight in an irradiated wasteland full of bandits, other hunters that are hostile, wolves, boars, and horrible monsters, and your goal is to earn enough money to improve your equipment, build up your reputation and hideout, and gain the favor of the major factions by completing their contracts. The game takes a lot of inspiration from the looter shooter Escape from Tarkov. In fact, a lot of the maps and gear, everything is like straight up Tarkov ripped in an adorable way. But it also includes elements like anomalies and radiation, like the Stalker series or the Metro series. I'll be playing on Survivor difficulty, which is the normal difficulty, and not the hard difficulty. I polled about this prior to this stream, and about 60% said Survivor and 40% said Hunter. And it's going to be a little mix of tutorial and Let's Play, and also no spoilers, right? So if you could avoid spoilers, that would be great. So there's multiple different difficulty levels here. The main difference between Hunter and Survivor is that on Hunter, you lose all your gear when you die, and on Survivor, it just kind of resets, like you safe scummed, more or less. And you can go into the specific difficulties over here if you want to change the sliders between them, but I'm just going to be doing default Survivor. And then you do pick your starting equipment. This really isn't that big of a deal because your starting equipment will not be much of a factor very, very quickly as you get more loot. But I'm going to start with the Mosin, or the Nosin, oh god, with a little PN pistol. And before I do anything, let's go over some of the basic tutorial elements. I'll try to do this as fast as possible. So, it's a top-down looter shooter, extraction shooter, meaning that you enter the battlefield, you loot, you kill, and then you have to extract to gain those items, and the items are persistent. It's a WASD move. You have shift to sprint, and your endurance meter is at the top left, and the more weight you carry, the faster your stamina decreases. So if you want to run around a lot, you should not be carrying too much weight. And then if you run too often and there's stuff to outrun, like wolves, let's say, you'll die. All right, next up, inventory. You have 2 weapon slots, your primary and your secondary, an armor slot, a backpack slot, and a night vision goggle slot, as well as quick slots for items, medical supplies and the like. So 3 through 8 would be your quick slot. And then you have your actual inventory capacity here with the weight totals. Control left mouse instantly moves an item from left to right. So when you're looting, you're going to be looting into your inventory. You can drag an item and hit R to change its rotation if you need it to fit. And then it tells you that your current money that you have banked and your current carry capacity in total. You can drag an item with control to divide its quantity and drop it to the ground if you want to discard it. You can hit use, right-click use if you want to use it, or put it in your hotbar and hit the corresponding key. You move at a reduced speed when carrying too much weight. If you exceed the maximum by 5 kilograms, you can no longer move. And you use the mouse wheel to select which container to loot. So if there's multiple containers, the mouse wheel will select it. And also, if it's been searched and looted, it will go from white to gray. Device. So in your device, basically a Pip-Boy that you carry around, you have your map, active quests, level and statistics, skills, modules, which is your hideout buildings, faction relations, and the current radiation that you're standing in. I advise if the current radiation is a lot of Sieverts, you should probably move and not stand there. The map. So on the map, you have quest locations, which are a yellow ring, your current position, which is this yellow ping, and then the extraction point, which is where you have to go to leave the map to survive. You can right-click to add markers on the map so that you can denote things yourself, like extraction zones. This is the quest log, so it will tell you what to do, who you're doing it for, and what parts of it are already done. And then your current level at the top with your statistics down here. You have your skills here. So they're actually, this is a little strange because it's outdated, but you have different skills that can level up and be specialized, and then books that you can read to make them better. And then once you've reached a max, you can specialize in being better at that skill. Kind of similar to State of Decay 2, where you have your tier 1 and then you specialize it into a tier 2. This is your hideout. So in your hideout, you can install different modules which will offer benefits, like increase your stat gain rate or increase the amount of stuff that you can craft, things of that nature. And you can track what you need to collect to build said modules. And then relations are still in development, but you build up relations with other factions, and the more they like you, the more you are allowed to buy from them. Combat. So, your current health is at the top left with your conditions, so your health can also be restored using medkits. So in this health picture, the health is at red, the white is what's restorable, and the black is wounds. If you're wounded, you cannot regularly heal past that section. You would need to use a different type of medkit, and I'm sure that will explain it. This is your bleed markers, basically how many bleeds you have active, and the more you have active, the faster you bleed out. And then you can also use bandages, which will cure a certain amount of bleeds. And then this is the wounds, which reduce your maximum HP, and what things that can be used to recover said wounds. Your ammo counter's on the bottom left, and then the crosshair is red. It means that there is not line of sight. So if there is, so the character's standing right here, and there's this barrier here, there's this barricade or whatever, meaning there's no line of sight there. Enemies and containers are only displayed if there is line of sight. Having the crosshair above an enemy increases accuracy and decreases recoil. So stick your crosshairs above your enemies. Right mouse button to extend your view when you have a scope. If your weapon has a long range sight, you'll start aiming through the scope. You have 100% accuracy and instant bullet travel time. That's a really important one, so you can snapshot. T to activate your torch or flashlight, L for the laser. And most weapons by default will not have torches or lasers. And then B for fire mode. And then Y allows you to switch your ammo type. So some ammo is more expensive and more effective against armored targets, and some is cheaper and better to blast away at like wolves or boars and the like. All right, almost done. Player needs. You need to sleep, you need to eat, you need to drink, and then you need to not be super irradiated, and the more red it is, the more critical it is. And last but not least, item info. So consumable items will offer you benefits. Green is a benefit, red is a deficit. So like milk will replenish your hunger, thirst, fatigue, and radiation. For your medical supplies, you have the, how long it takes to use it. So like 3 seconds. If you're moving when you use it or not. How fast you move when you use it. How much health is restored. How many bleed stacks are replenished. If wounds are treated. If radiation is restored. So on and so forth. Then this is the weapon information. So durability is how accurate, how much damage, and whether it jams or not. So once weapons drop below like roughly 65% durability, something like that, they start to jam pretty often. You've got your damage, your accuracy, your recoil. Ergonomics is like how fast you can aim and how fast the crosshairs snap to your target. So highly ergonomic weapons are more accurate when spraying fire and how many rounds per minute can it fire. And then like the magazine, how large the magazine is, and the caliber types. So for armor, you have durability. At 0 durability, you're not offered armor at all. Melee is how much it reduces from melee attacks. Radiation is how much it protects you from radiation. The percentage of the damage is reduced from anomalies. So this armor reduces anomaly damage by 42%. Fragility is how fast your armor will wear out, and your class is essentially how high the enemy's armor penetration has to be in order to harm you. So the higher the class, the better the armor. And bullets have a certain penetrative level. So like this is a really high pen bullet, so it will punch through armor really well. And it also damages the weapon when you fire. And there's modifiers like damage and recoil. And then each weapon can have attachments, which will affect its recoil, ergonomics, so on and so forth. So we'll get into that. And that is all of the tutorial information that I forgot here. So you start off in a little hunter base, and we are going to talk to the barman, one of the main quest givers. So we are going to take the first steps. Hey stranger, welcome to Sievert Bunker. He wants us to survive one time in the forest and kill 5 wolves. So I'll accept. And then before I actually depart for that, the H key, as in hotel, allows you to teleport around. So we have a stash, and I am going to dump a lot of my gear in my stash that I do not need to bring into the raid with me. So I'm going to equip the armor, a bulletproof vest, and then I am going to equip the Nosen and the pistol. I'm going to modify the Nosen so it has a scope, and then let's go ahead and equip the med supplies in my hotkey. If I go over to the crafting bench, I'm able to modify the Nosen and give it a scope so that I can scope with it. Perfect. All right, the next stop is, so we have the barman, and the barman will refill your hunger and thirst once you are done with your raids. At the moment, there we go. I have now fulfilled my hunger and thirst, and time is progressing when you're in this bunker. As you can see, time goes on. So I'm gonna just quickly introduce you. There's the doctor. The doctor here sells medical supplies, armors, repair kits, and also repairs your armor. There is a networker, and this networker also offers some tasks. So there is Loner's Work 1, survive 4 times in the makeshift camp. I won't be doing that anytime soon. And eliminate 4 boar and collect 5 salt. Scientists. Retrieve the analyzer in the forest. And retrieve the analyzer in the forest near a medium fire anomaly, and place an analyzer in the forest near a medium chemical anomaly. Got it. There's another thing I would like to do. I'm going to go into the stash here, and this is your hideout. So let me open up the hideout overlay. In your hideout, you can build different modules here. You can build a bedroom, an infirmary, a radio station, which it says not to install, kitchen, scavenger, forge, so on and so forth. I would like to start earning up some of the things needed for anomalies. So I would like to track all that I need to be able to build a bedroom, track all that I need to be able to build a workshop, and all that I need for a gym, and all that I need for a shooting range, and all that I need for making my own ammo. I think that's what I want to track initially, and also for just generic storage. So whenever I happen upon an item, it will be glowing yellow if it's involved in a recipe I currently have tracked. That way I know that I should loot it. Now you can run around this little base here as well. I don't have the rep to go and talk to Green Army right now. If you're looking to sleep, it would be up here in the dormitories until you build your own bed. Down here is the doctor. And then there's no one in here yet. This is the barman. And then when you want to deploy and go fighting, you go out the bottom or hit H and go to conductor. Both will work. So here is the train that takes you into the war zone. And we have a bunch of tasks to do. So let's, before we deploy, refamiliarize ourselves with what we're supposed to do. So first steps is to survive one time in the forest and to kill 5 wolves. So my priority is first steps. That would be the big one. Everything else is like optional. First steps is what I want to focus on. So the other ones is that are relevant here. Kill boars, collect salt. retrieve an analyzer, deploy an analyzer, and retrieve another analyzer. So there will be a lot of quest markers. All right, I want to leave. And at the moment, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maps because these are in development. So we'll go to the forest. And it's not necessarily going to let you jump maps ahead because there's a bit of a story to unlock the maps. So here we come in on the train, and this map specifically is procedurally generated, so it's different every time you arrive. So first thing we can do is we arrived kind of in the middle of the map. I'm going to tuck myself into this corner here. And we can right-click mark down the scientist works and start working towards them while also trying to eliminate wolves. Now the Nozen, the bolt-action rifle that I have here, is not great at killing wolves because it is very slow firing. If I hold right-click, I get this scope, and it allows me to see further out. So for instance, I will put the lake at the edge of my view here. And with scoped, I can see beyond the lake, or that little pond over there. So scoping is a very handy tool for when engaging enemies, because they won't scope against you. There is also a whole lot of random things on the map. So like this here is a bandit camp, and I should be wary of it. I think it's a bandit camp. I saw someone in there a moment. Oh, there's a full-fledged fight going. Oh, yep, that's a bandit. And then if you hear the Geiger counter go off, that's because I'm standing somewhere that has a radiation. So I should be careful about standing in a radiated space too long. So what's going on in here is Green Army, which is one of the factions, is duking it out with bandits. And I'm not really sure who won. But Green Army will not shoot me on sight unless I continually hunt them and make them hostile. But the bandits will shoot me on sight and treat me with extreme aggression. This little glow here is a fire anomaly. Best not to get too close. And this here is a secret hidden stash full of loot. So, for instance, this dumbbell is involved in the recipe to make a home gym. So I'm going to loot that because it is one of the items I'm trying to collect. So there was a big shootout here, and I am going to carefully sweep my way in before looting. It's rather hard to believe, but it looks like... Oh, yep, Green Army won. So this is a Green Army guy. Soldier Nikita. And that means that I can loot these guys and not really have to worry too bad. When you're searching, time is not paused. So it is entirely possible to get ganked and destroyed when you're looting them. So I just grabbed an SMG off of the soldier that died. And then here are the bandits. As you can see, their name is Bandit. Here are the bandits that went down. And all of these yellow glowing items are ones involved in the recipe that I tagged. So I am grabbing it preferentially. Now, when you start, you don't have a lot of carry capacity, which is why I'm leaving armor behind, because armor is often very heavy and not super valuable. And what I'm doing is grabbing as much as I think I can carry without getting too greedy, because if you carry too much, you don't move very fast. So why not the armor? It's heavy, and often during shootouts, it gets very destroyed. It gets full of bullets, which means it's not very valuable. So it's heavy and not valuable. All right. There is a giant radiation anomaly here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get close enough to drop my beacon. Maybe if I sneak in. Now, this is scientist work, what, 1 or 2? Scientist work 1. So in scientist work 1, I'm trying to retrieve an anomaly, an analyzer. So there is a corpse somewhere in this anomalous hell that I need to grab a beacon off of, but I don't see a corpse in here. There is a hidden stash over here, though. Did I miss the chest in the camp? Yeah, I didn't loot them. You're right. I just kind of walked off without them. Ooh, these are some pretty good bullets. Well, one was. Alright. I'm mostly concerned about the quest here and completing quests. Where is this corpse? I might skip this one because it's a procedurally generated map. So the next time I come back to the forest, maybe the body will be easier to find. So I'm going to remove that marker and proceed to the next location. Hey, Turtle, thank you for the bits. Thank you for the cheer. Alright, so at the second marker here, I am placing an analyzer and retrieving an analyzer, so I'm not sure which is which. There's one place to place and one place to retrieve. Also, there's a building here. So in the building, sometimes there will be loot. This building has a med kit, anti-rad pills, and clean water, which is kind of nice. Ooh, dog treats. Hey, bud. Alright, this is definitely a fire anomaly. I can see all the dead scientists' head. So I gotta mind my step. Oh. I hear... It's a wolf. Where'd it go? My main quest is to kill wolves, so... There's 3 of them. Alright, so here's another hidden stash. The dumbbells I'm holding are for a quest, but they are very heavy. Okay. Maybe come in from the top? Oh, God. Okay, that hurt. But there we go. There's his Geiger counter, or his beacon. And I'm going to use a medkit. I'm going to use the medkit that I looted to heal from all the anomalous damage that I took. And I am encumbered, so it's time to ditch something. I'm going to choose to ditch this gun. And then on the top left, you can see that I'm a little thirsty. I'm down 17 points of thirst. The water that I have replenishes 25, so I'm not going to drink just yet. So here's all the wolves I killed. One of them I didn't kill. There's 4 dead wolves. I killed 3 of them, I think. If I take a look at my first steps, yeah, I killed 3 so far. Alright, so my next stop... Oh, there's a dead hunter here. My next stop is to... Oh, you have pretty good armor. Is to head over to the other location it has me going to, which is to deploy a beacon. Oh, here we go. This fruit juice is a... Oh, dang. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is take the shotgun in lieu of my SMG. And then try to drop some weight here. I'm also somewhat tempted to switch the bulletproof vests with the armor that he has. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Which means that I'm even heavier. So I'm going to ditch some of these scrap metals and just to lower my carry weight. That hunter had a pretty good shotgun. With like a scope and everything. Okay. So we're heading over to the scientist work 2. This area is quite dangerous, and I'm not going to venture in there. It's kind of the bandit boss's lair. And it's best to avoid that until I'm better geared. What can I do to increase my carry capacity? Yeah, sure. So, one is leveling up my fitness. Which is just to say carrying heavy things often. Another is to build the home gym, which will level up my fitness even more. There are some stimulants you can take to temporarily increase your carry weight. And then there are better backpacks to wear, which will help to mitigate, much like Project Zomboid, which will help to mitigate the carry weight. Buying backpacks are some of the first things you ought to do in the game, so that you can loot more stuff, because you're really restricted to the amount of loot that you can get. The more you can carry, the better. What to do? So this is coffee. I kind of want to keep the coffee just for, like, personal reasons. I'll just eat the cheese. So my food is going to be full when I finish this cheese. Yep. Alright, I'm not too overweight here. Maybe I'll put the grenades in my hot bar so that I can throw them on need. I'm gonna ditch the charcoal. Jordanus, thank you for the 3 sub. Alright. So we're heading over to deploy a GPS beacon for the quest. I don't have any more ammo for this shotgun. Oh, there is bandits in this camp. So in this case, let's snipe them. So if my scope is red, it means I don't have a line of sight on it. If the scope is white, I have a clear line of sight. Oh, and in demonstrating that, I lost my line of sight on the target. So I'm going to strafe around the camp. Perfect time for coffee, right when I have to cough. Oh, he's rushing me. I missed. Where'd he go? He dead. Bandit Gregory. Oh, I need a drill, but that thing's heavy, so I'm going to do without the drill. Also, he had a shotgun, and the shotgun buckshot that he has can go in my shotgun, so I unloaded it. And here's another bandit. He's dead. And I think I got them all in this little camp. The simple act of searching them... Ooh, weapon repair kit. That's nice. The simple act of searching them will also level up my, like, search skill. Which is handy to level up as well. Worth noting. Sterilized bandage. That's a really nice find. And more buckshot. What am I going to do here, carry weight-wise? I am going to ditch scrap food and scrap medicine. And the FMJ that I have. So because I'm so carry weight overloaded, it would be a good time for me to start working my way out of the map. Because there's really nothing else I can carry. I'm basically having to drop stuff to pick up stuff. So we'll do this quest here. Oh, I am... So this is scientist work 2. Place the analyzer in the forest near the medium chemical anomaly. I'm pretty close to the medium chemical anomaly. I don't really want to get that much closer. There we go. Place. Here should be fine. And then, let's work our way out. I'm sure I'll have... Oh, there's 2 hidden stashes here, though. I'm sure I will have other chances to, Ooh, that's a really good medkit. I'll have other chances to kill wolves on the next deployment. So I'm not too worried about doing it all at once. Now that I know that I'm about to leave, I can overload myself a little bit because I'm close to my exit location. It's a little dangerous to do it just because if there's like wolves or boars or something fast moving or I get ambushed or flanked or whatever, I won't have the maneuverability to get away necessarily. But as long as I stay within 5 kilograms of my total carry capacity, I won't come to a complete halt. And I really don't have that far to go. So I'm going to hug the edge of the map here and work my way down to the escape. The next thing I wanted to ask you guys is, what should I focus on next? So I can make a point to... Oh, and I just leveled up my fitness. So in my skills here, my fitness has gone up. Oh, I hear wolves. Okay, so now that I hear wolves... I'm gonna drink... Oh, yep, there he is. I'm gonna drop 2 waters, drink a water. So I don't move slow anymore. Those wolves are dead. Because I did not want to be encumbered and unable to sprint away. Oh, I'm still slow. With wolves around. Because if I die, all of my progress is reset. Bye-bye, canned fish. Where are the wolves? Oh, there you are. I scared it off. So sometimes you have to make sacrifices to your gear so that, you know, you don't lose everything. Losing everything is worse. And then once you get to the green smoke, that is your extraction point. You have to wait 5 seconds, and then you're able to leave. Once you extract, it tallies up the amount of experience you gain, which is mostly just like who you killed and how many. And then also gives you an approximate count of how much money you made out with. I should store my stuff in the stash. So I just completed first steps, which was the task the barman offered me. So let's first go to the stash, and anything that is quest related, I'm gonna drop in my second stash location here. So in my number 2 stash. So there's a bunch of different stashes here, up to 14, and my number 1 stash is like food, and I'm gonna try to keep this as organized as possible. And my second stash is, quest items. Alright, I'm gonna rearrange my med a bit to a schema that I prefer. There. So, bandages, med kits, slow med kits that are effective, and anti-radiation pills. And then, I think... I'm going to be really risky and, like, not go in with a fast gun. I'm going to sell my shotgun for money. And, in fact, I'm going to sell everything that I currently have on me. All of this stuff. Minus maybe the bandages. I'll keep another stack of bandages. To the vendor. So, heading over to barman. And task, first steps. And I get to pick 1 of 3 books, and I am going to pick Gunsmith book and gain the reward. The next quest he has is for me to go collect high-quality toilet paper. The item should be in a bag in the southern part of the village in the forest. Accept. And then let's trade off all of the stuff that I looted from last run. 13,000. Added to my bank account. Oh, and the wires too. And the bullets. Alright, learn the book. And in learning this book, my, oh, and scientist work quest got done too. In learning this book, my gunsmith level went up, which allows me to make my own ammo, which is really, really handy. Alright, so I picked up his task. I'm going to pay him for food and drink. And then I'm going to teleport over to the networker and complete scientist work 2. So, in doing the quest that I just did for the barman, if I take a look at my reputation, my loner's reputation has gone up because he is a loner. I'm about to complete scientist's work 2, and in doing that, my scientist rep will go up, and I'll show you what that offers me in just a moment. So, for the science, let's see here. It's a bunch of different repair kits, armor repair kit, or weapon repair kit. Generally speaking, weapon repair kits are worth more. My current gun is a 7.62 54R, so I'm going to take this blue one. It also happens to be the most expensive repair kit of all of them. And I'm going to stash that repair kit in my stash, because I don't want to be carrying anything I don't need to carry into the raid, so that I can maximize the amount of loot that I get. Now, heading over to the doctor. So, about the reputation, my scientist's reputation has gone up 55 points in completing that quest, and this is what it gets you. So, if you take a look here, some of these items are red, and they're red because they're locked, because I don't have enough rep. And doing quests for the scientists will level up my reputation, allowing me access to like better gear, better backpacks. I have 31,000 at the moment, and there is a backpack that can carry up to 21 kilos here. Let me shop around to see if that's my best buy. So 12 kilos, 11 kilos, 15, 9, 18. And my current one, for reference, carries 9. So buying that EXE backpack will significantly help the amount of loot that I can take out of a given raid. And I am going to make that purchase. Done. So all of that hard work from last round is going to be invested into a backpack so that I can have more stuff. Additionally, I swapped armors. Oh, and my charisma leveled up. So charisma is like the amount that you sell. So I sell things for a little bit better, and traders have more money for me to sell. I would like to see the repair bill for my armor is 5,700 rubles. I definitely don't have that. So I'm going to go into the next fight without fully repaired armor, because I'm shy about 1,000. All right, you guys said that I should focus on building up the hideout. So what do you want me to build first? What to build first? So in talking about the benefits, I think I have to go to this screen. So the ones I like to do is bedroom. So bedrooms, your skills will level up faster when you build a bedroom. For skill XP. There's also the gym, which allows you to level up your cardio faster. Or cardio. There's the let's see, workshop. Workshop to repair gear, which is really handy because paying the NPCs to repair your stuff can be very expensive. The rat is a scavenger, which brings you random monies every day. I don't really like it. Ammo producer. To make own ammo. And I suppose, yeah. I'm not going to worry about storage. So maybe shooting range. Or shooting XP. Alright. So you guys can focus on what I try to build. And that's what I will track and tag specifically. It looks like bedroom is currently winning, so I'm going to untrack everything else and just keep tracking bedroom. But if you want me to change that up, just feel free to ask. Thank you for tuning in to Zero Sievert, which originally streamed live on Twitch, September 4th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow hunters.